Well, good afternoon, Shante, and of course to our viewers. Perhaps I should say good morning. And one thing we can officially say this morning is that the General is back. And we heard in his live speech that he just delivered here at the official parade that's been held to officially welcome him back into the ranks of the police, not holding back on his words, sending out a very strong message to criminals. Officially from the SABC side, welcome to the ranks of the Police General. But again, you've brought back that culture that we knew when you were the police commissioner. Very strong message to criminals, but some also criticizing that message.
Well, the task of the South African police is to make sure that the community and citizens of South Africa are safe. That's why there is this august organization called the South African Police, women and men in blue, together with the communities. But the problem, the space that the community must be occupying peacefully and staying with their community, enjoying life, sometimes that space is occupied with and by the criminals. The job of the police is to make sure that the space is free for the community. We'll have to shift the criminals away. We are policing here in South Africa. We are policing in the culture of human rights, in the constitutional country. We shall forever respect that. But we shall not respect those that take the lives, make the life difficult for the communities. We shall never declare the war against the community or anybody in South Africa. But whoever declares the war against the community and ourselves will be there to make sure that that war is won on behalf of the community.
You also made it very clear that South Africans will not share the space with criminals. Are you not perhaps scratching them, provoking them perhaps?
No, they are there. No, they are there. I'm not provoking them. If they can go in the sea and hide somewhere, life will be fine for all of us. But they are there. That's why twice already we've buried police since I came. I think it's my 10th or my 11th day today. I've attended 2 funerals with the community of Ngobo and other people that are running away from criminals. They are there. Provoking them, no. Provoking the community, yes. And if you provoke community, we are provoking the South African police as an organization to react and respond, and we shall be there to respond.
And that means we're perhaps going back to what you said years ago, fighting fire with fire.
I repeat, South African police should not break any law in their course of duty. Laws say you need to protect the South African population. That's why we're there. But if you read other laws like your Criminal Procedure Act of Section 49, allows you to use maximum force if it needs be to protect yourself as a police, to protect the community. Fighting with fire with fire is always ordered on us on the field. Let me tell you the story of Ngobo again. Those people we knew have stolen 10 guns. So we could not have gone with brooms to go and get them because we knew they were armed. Police will learn, they are trained to approach the situation as it need be. They are armed, some of these criminals. For instance, if you go for cash arrest, you also plan to eliminate whatever is on your way to achieve your ill-gotten kind of money and everything. And those people don't carry brooms there. They carry hard stuff. Fortunately, for us, we do have that hard stuff. So if you approach it that way and approach the way you expected them or the way that they think they can do to us, there will be fire with fire. There is no other way. That is not our priority. That is not our top item in the agenda. But if we are called, we will respond.
And I think a lot of South Africans would agree with you that you do not go to a gunfight with a broomstick in your hand. That is something that we can all agree on. But then the question is, are our men and women in blue adequately trained to deal with that fire that's coming their way?
Well, maybe I'll speak to the commissioner again, invite you, showing them training. I don't want to talk to, take them where different training is taking place from this college and to Tabazimbi to show how they train, so that you don't ask that question again.
Okay. And another thing that you emphasized on, women being, an easy target in South Africa. And you said you want to make South Africa so safe that women can walk freely in this country.
Not just a young woman like yourself. You should be able to walk at 2 o'clock in the morning, going wherever you want to go, coming from wherever you want, without fear of anybody assaulting you, anybody raping you, anybody doing any silly thing to you. That's the kind of the standard we want to achieve for South African come one day.
In closing, what is your biggest priority, except for, of course, fighting crime, in terms of you being in the ranks of SABC again?
Well, there are a few of them. One is the safety of police officers themselves and their comfort and their well-being is one. Two is that communities are safe, as we have spoken about, women and children, but everybody is there. But three is that together with communities, we work together to make sure that South Africans are safe. Hence, we're making an invitation. Hence, we're making a clarion call that we shall be there. He's a specialist in designing the strategy of working with the communities. We shall be there working with them, working with them, and make sure that they're safe.
Well, thank you so much. There you've heard it from the General himself, not holding back, saying that police will not go to any fight where criminals are without being fully prepared to fight equally on the same level with criminals, no matter how daring or dangerous the situation may be. Earlier, he also emphasized that police will not bend a knee for criminals. And there you've heard it, that his vision is ultimately that women who are perhaps the most vulnerable in this country, subjected to the scourge of crime daily in this country, he has a vision that women can walk anytime, any day of any second, any time of the day freely in the country without fearing that criminals might target them. So is it perhaps a new dawn for the end of crime in the country? Only time will tell us. Let's give it back to you in the studio.
Indeed, only